Well, welcome back to the channel. This is What's Up Wednesday. Today we're going to talk about towing and tow speeds. So 55 to 65 is recommended across most platforms that you go researching. I personally run on the low 60s to 65. Occasionally I'll get a little above 65, but very rarely. I like to keep it under 65. And for the reasons is, one's the tire is not designed to go that fast. The tires are ST tires. ST stands for Special Trailer Service. So that's where you get the ST. So they're built a little different than a regular LT, like a light truck tire. Light truck has got a softer sidewall and it's made for ride and comfortability. The ST tire has got a harder sidewall on it, so it's stiffer. And it's made to do that so that you kind of eliminate some of the sway and stuff of your trailers. They're made for boat trailers and RVs and that kind of stuff. But they have a stiffer sidewall on purpose. They're also not a powered axle tire. Easy for me to say. They're not a powered axle tire. Still can't get it out. So what that means is you don't want to put them on the back of your pickup truck or your car. They're made to be pulled, not used under power to pull with. So that's why they're a different kind of tire and they're rated different. Now, my trailer, I took the ST tires off when they got a little worn, just because I didn't like the tires and I kept hearing all the stories about blowing them out. And I put a different tire on there, a radial tire, but I went with a G-rated wall. So it has a lot stiffer wall than a regular radial tire for like your truck and stuff, or your car. Your trucks can have those on them up to H and even F. But I went with that, and mine tows really good, tracks well. The ST tires, I just never did feel like they tracked well, especially on uneven roads. So let's talk about speed. The reason I like to go slower on my speeds and recommended to go slower is because you're hauling a lot of weight back there behind that vehicle that you're pulling with. It doesn't stop on a dime like you usually can do. So we just like to go a little slower. If you have a blowout in a steer axle, it's a bad day if you're going way over 65. Even at 65, it's going to be real hairy day. And I just, I've got steering stabilizers on the front of my truck, which will help. But you lose a big tire like that, it's going to have a drop and it's going to jerk one way or the other. If something's in the other lane, you're going to end up with a wreck. So it just depends on how bad you want it to be. So that's the reasons for me wanting to go slower. Now, another thing is going up hills. I know this don't have anything to do with tires, but it does brakes and speeds. So if you're pulling a long hill and you top a hill, and let's say you top it at 50, slow down and start off the other side at 40, 10 below what you topped it at. You can thank me later, but it will make it much easier to get to the bottom without burning your brakes up. If you get your brakes overheated, you will have brake fade. And brake fade is when you just keep putting the brakes on and nothing happens. And usually that's because it has started boiling the brake fluid and you just don't have the pressure anymore. And the shoes can only absorb so much heat before they become non-functional. But that's why you see these runaway ramps for trucks on these hillsides when they get a little too aggressive and get the brakes too hot and they end up in a runaway. So just slow down. If you've got a manual transmission and you top the hill in 5th gear instead of 6th gear, start off in 4th or 5th. There's no shame in going a little slower and getting to the bottom safe. You can go as fast as you want, but I'm not going to chance it and put everybody's life at risk, including mine. It's just not worth it. You're on vacation anyway for the most of you. I know some of you full-time RV and it's the lifestyle. We part-time, full-time. So we go as long as we can go and then we have to come home. But I'm just not in a hurry when I go. I know going out about how long it's going to take me, and I just don't push myself. So try not to get in a hurry. Try not to think that you got a deadline. If you waited till a deadline, don't let it kill you. Slow down. All right, so I got myself a couple of notes here. So let me see. Wind is another one. If you're going out west, it can get a little hairy out there sometimes. And if you're already pushing it to where you don't realize that you're almost at the point where you can have some trailer swag, But you come out from under an overpass and a crosswind hits you, it can put you in a tailspin. So it's just not worth the high speeds again. So, 60, 65. If you get in the high winds, you might want to slow down to 55. And I know you're going to have the people that's going to get on here and say, oh, well, I run 80, and if you don't go 80, the trucks will run over you. But the trucks can go around. They got another lane. They'll be just fine. Visibility. Visibility is another one. I try not to ever drive in the rain if I just don't have to. We all get caught in it. But I try not to set out knowing I'm going to go be driving in a storm. For a lot of reasons. One is you can't stop quick. One is you can't see good. So why would you put yourself in the position if you don't have to? Again, I know you get caught in it. I get caught in it. Got caught in a bad one about 6 months ago coming home. And had to drive through part of it until I could find a place to get off. But, just don't do it on purpose. It's just no sense in causing yourself the stress and the wear and tear on your vehicle. And the wear and tear on your spouse. So they're not in control, and they're not going to feel like they're in control. Let's see. Takes more time to stop. I covered that. The tires are not rated. Yeah, the ST tires are not rated for more than 65 from the manufacturer. I think I said that, but if I didn't, that's another reason not to be going over 65. I always tell my wife it'll be 80 degrees, 90 degrees outside, and I'll see these guys go by with these boat trailers, and they're running 80, 85, and I'll tell her, I'll say, yeah, we'll see them on the side of the road here in a little while. And every once in a while, sure enough, we'll see one's blowing the tires off one of them, and he's out there looking like he don't understand what happened. I just don't get it. I just don't know what the big hurry is. But anyway, look at the speed rating on the side of your tire. Most of them have 65 on them. And if you have tires that you've changed like mine, I think mine say 87 on them. That's an odd number, but I believe mine say 87 on them. I will never be running 87 with them. Let's see. I think that was about all I was going to cover today. Kathy is not feeling real well today. That's why she's not here with me. So ended up doing the What's Up Wednesday without her. And What's Up Wednesday is Kathy ain't feeling good today. But she has good days and bad days. We're about to release another update on Continue the Journey. For those of us who don't know, that Kathy almost died 3 years ago. And she's quite remarkable and the miracle to be doing what she's doing, because they said she'd never be able to do it. In fact, they wrote her off twice, thought she'd die. So here she is going and walking and living life. So anyway, till next Wednesday. In the meantime, subscribe. It don't cost you anything. It's about as free as it's going to get. Hit the like button. Helps us out. Hit the share button. Hit the notification button. Hit all them buttons. Smash them all. Me and Kathy always has a conversation about smashing and pushing. She says she's smashing stuff, and I tell her I'm going to push or press it. And just difference in the way we grew up. So anyway, again, you got me unscripted this week. Really just had a couple of notes of things I was going to talk about just to get the What's Up Wednesday out on time. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. See you guys a little later. Till then, make each day count 365 and continue the journey. Bye-bye.